Good morning, Mr. Joyal. Sir, you're charged with evading arrest or detention. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Judge. On September 30th, 2024, officers were dispatched to a weapons disturbance call in Harris County, Texas. The caller advised that he observed a group of juveniles with a handgun after walking into a Texaco gas station. The caller asked the defendant if he had a gun, to which the defendant stated yes, and that he had it for protection. The officer observed the group walking away from the gas station and activated his lights and sirens. The defendant began to evade upon seeing the officer. The officer had prior interactions with the defendant and knew him by sight and name. The officer later was able to locate the defendant at his residence.
So you said that he goes into a gas at Texaco.
So, Your Honor, the complainant was walking into Texaco and observed the defendant with another group of juveniles outside the gas station with a handgun. And then
Okay, so who has the handgun?
the handgun is with the defendant. And the defendant,
He has a handgun?
yes, the defendant said he had that for his protection.
Read it again.
Yes, Your Honor.
I must be confused. Read, please.
Yes, Your Honor. The officer was dispatched to a weapons disturbance call in Harris County, Texas. The caller advised that he observed a group of juveniles with a handgun after the complainant walked into a Texaco gas station.
So you have, see, this is an unknown caller
Yes, it is the
saying
caller.
that, hey, I saw a gun here.
I saw a gun with a group of juveniles. And the caller asked the defendant if the defendant had a gun, to which the defendant stated yes, that he had it for protection. And then the officer observed the group of juveniles walking away from the gas station and activated his lights and sirens. And the
That's when they
defendant,
all like
that's when they,
scam.
yes, Your Honor.
You were on bond for 3 felony cases. I have to imagine that one of the conditions that you're on bond for is no weapons. And now you've picked up another case.
So,
Stop, don't sing. Mr. Joyal, I'm gonna find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. What time of day or night was this?
Your Honor, let me check the offense report. Your Honor, it appears to be at, I apologize, I don't know military time, but 13:26 hours.
It's 1 in the afternoon.
1 in the afternoon, Your Honor.
So he's got the 3 felony cases upstairs. They're all no weapons as well. You need to understand that by picking up this case, it's very possible that they revoke your felony bonds and raise them. And if that happens, 3 felony warrants are going to issue for you. So you need to get with your lawyer extremely quick. No, don't. But I am ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to be in possession of weapons. And I'm also ordering you not to use or consume any alcohol or dope. And I'm going to drug test you today because I want to know what, if anything, is in your system. You're to come right back and then we'll talk about your lawyer situation. Do you understand?
yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm gonna have you take a seat over there. We'll send you for a drug test. You must come right back. Okay.
Quesadillas?
Santian? Get your sister. Get your sister. Joseph Santian. Mr. Santian, you're charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On September 30th, 2024, the officer was conducting a routine traffic patrol. And when he observed the defendant's vehicle with no front license plate, the officer initiated a traffic stop as the car was pulling over, and an NCIC, TCIC return on the vehicle showed the vehicle to have an expired registration from March 2024. The search also showed insurance to be unconfirmed. The officer made contact with the defendant, the driver of the vehicle, who advised he did not have insurance on the vehicle and that his driver's license was expired. The defendant was then asked to step out of the vehicle, and the officer asked if he had any drugs in the vehicle, and the defendant stated in the center console. The defendant was then detained. During the inventory search of the vehicle, the officer observed 3 joints in the center console. Using a digital scale, the marijuana was observed to be 2.8 grams. The defendant also had 4 outstanding Class C misdemeanor warrants out of Harris County.
Is that the only thing that they found in the glove box was the dope? Was it
Yes, sir.
marijuana? Okay. Mr. Santillan, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Do you have a Texas driver license?
Not a valid driver license, sir.
You're not allowed to drive. I'm making that a condition of your bond now. You will be signing with me today a promise that you're not going to drive. I don't care what your excuse is. I don't care if someone has to go to the hospital. There's a burning building and you have to save 50 people. I don't care. You drive, you will do a substantial amount of time in jail. I can have a contempt hearing, hold you in contempt, slap you with 180 days every single time you drive. Do you understand? If you want to drive, go get a license, get liability insurance, and then I will happily take this thing off. But if I find that you drive, I'm telling you now, I'm going to light you up. We're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So I'm going to have you come over here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. Hold on. After that, I'll get you to Victoria to sign a reset, and then we'll get you out of here. When you come back, please have a lawyer, sir. All right. UE, or would you prefer a cause number?
No.
Did I say it right?
Thank you.
Honorable Lucy? Sir, you're charged with criminal trespass. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. Looks like your case is extremely old. It's 714 days old, sir. They've given you multiple PR bonds. I guess we should be happy that you made it to court. Okay. Please.
Yes, Judge. On October 25th of 2022, HPD officers conducted a trespass investigation at the Icon gas station located at 7997 West Airport Boulevard in Harris County, Texas. Officers advised that the location has an active trespass affidavit in effect. Officers advised that they observed the defendant standing on the property next to a posted no trespass sign. Officers advised that they also made contact with the complainant, an employee of the gas station, who advised the defendant was trespassing at the location.
Had he been previously warned not to be there? Or was it just a no trespassing sign and he just goes there for the first time? Sure, take your time.
So, Judge, it's the defendant and multiple other males. There's a active trespass affidavit on file. They approach this defendant. They find marijuana on him after they detain him. They ask him multiple times if he would be willing to participate in the marijuana diversion program. He refused several times. But I don't see anything.
No priors?
I don't see anything about the complainant.
So look, when you show up to court, good things happen. I'm going to find no probable cause in your case now. But I want you to understand, you are now on notice. You can't go back to this gas station. Stop. You can't go there anymore. If you go there again, they're going to arrest you for criminal trespass. I'm finding no probable cause now because I don't see that the prior warning was issued. But I am issuing the warning to you now. If you go back there today, tomorrow, next week, next year, they're going to arrest you for trespass.
Just get a cop. Just get a cop. He can probably trespass.
Mr. Honorable Lucy, listen, it's not a discussion. They have the right to tell you they don't want you there and they don't want you there. Find another place to go to. Now I'm going to find no probable cause. You're free to go. Okay?
And I'm following dismissal now, Judge.
All right, man. Take care.
All right, sounds good.
And show up to court. Show up to court. I hope so. How's jail?
Not very good.
Good. That makes me happy. You know, what I find at least, the worse of an experience you have, the higher likelihood you have of actually when you get out into the free world of thinking about consequence, because that's what we want everybody to do. Think before you act, think before you speak, because you never know when it's your last time. All I know now is that you're wanted out of another state. You're wanted out of the state of Arizona, specifically Maricopa County for manslaughter, 2 counts of aggravated assault and endangerment. Day,
Yes, Judge.
tell me about Mr.
That's all I have so far. I do show a Georgia State ID, which I didn't see at first, but I don't see any history. Originally, I believe this is only offense, but because of the severity of the offense and with the warrant stating that while there is a $150,000 bond, is that they're requesting no bond until he's in front of a magistrate within their state. And so because of the severity of the offense and the risk of flight is that state requests no bond for this defendant.
Is this a to-be?
This is UB judge. It was issued out on September 25th, 2024.
Okay. And the bond over there is at 150,000.
150, but they will not permit it to be honored until he goes in front of a magistrate within their court.
Okay. Do you know what the manslaughter is about?
No, I don't have the probable cause affidavit, but if you're looking for specifics, I can request it from their DA's office, but I don't have it at this time. I just know that the charges are valid.
Do you have anything that you'd like to add?
Yes, Judge. Mr. Campbell actually hired an attorney, is known about the investigation, so this was not an instance where he's trying to run. The attorney told him they could take a family vacation, so he was arrested at a connecting flight in Houston with his wife and 3 children, so he wasn't trying to run, he was going on a family vacation. His attorney there told him
We're
Hey.
on the way to,
to the family, he doesn't live in Houston.
be going.
So essentially, he gets arrested in the connecting flight process. He's not from Houston. He is ready, willing, and able to go back to Arizona. He's got his attorney set up there. If he gets out, it's not like he's legitimately gonna stay at a hotel and then the next day get on like a bus, because we talked about the flight problem. And he has a vested interest going back. He's 41 years old. I think he has a license case from like 15 years ago, nothing else. Wife, 3 kids in Arizona. He's got 2 prior children in Georgia, but he has like a family life and a business in Arizona, lives there. So he absolutely wants to get back to Arizona. And with that in mind, we would be requesting a bond here so that he can just go back and turn himself in.
No, Mr. Campbell, I really value my city and I want to protect everybody I can for as long as I can, because the last thing I want is more death, more destruction. And you're wanted for something where there's a dead body.
Oh, sorry, Judge. It just pulled up just now. So Trey is correct. There was a suspended license, but he also had a prior hit and run and failure to stop and return to scene, which seems aligned with the manslaughter and 2 accidents with the vehicle and the
Is that
driving.
with this case or another
No,
case?
sorry, Judge. This is back in Georgia. So after the license suspension, there are 2 cycles. Hit and run, failure to return to scene. There's also DWI back in 2014.
Wow. Continues to happen.
I don't know what happened to that one though. It just,
You want me to set you a bond? Really?
I had to run the state ID. It
Can I
wouldn't pop up
speak?
on the other side.
Yes, absolutely.
Sir, those cases were like thrown out. I didn't, whatever he has there, the DWI,
I
thing,
know.
I never had a DUI. And with the hit and run business, that wasn't it.
How do I know that? Am I supposed to take your word for it?
For that thing, my car was stolen, sir, and then they assumed that, just like how here they're assuming that I'm trying to run from.
No. No one's assuming that you're running. No one's assuming that you're running. All we know is that you are wanted out of Arizona, where there's 2 aggravated assaults and there's a manslaughter. So there's a dead body, right? And you also have priors out of another state where there's alleged DWIs and you running from the scene. So my problem is that I have no idea what the circumstances of the manslaughter are. How do I know you didn't shoot someone? How do I know you didn't run someone over in a car at a parade? And so it would be really just dangerous for me to really give you a bond and just let you go when I don't know how dangerous you are. Do you know what I mean? That's just, it's logic. As much as I'd like to get you back to Arizona as quick as possible, Mr. Campbell, you scare me. How soon can we get Arizona to come pick him up?
I don't know, Your Honor. I mean, well, for him, because he originally waived the magistrate, I know they've already.
He's waived.
Yes, I
So-
believe he waived 2 days ago when he went to.
Great.
Yes, so
So
I believe the notice was already sent out.
typically the way it works is once you waive, we give that jurisdiction 2 weeks to come get you. Now, sometimes there are circumstances that they might want an extension for a day or two at the max 3. But by and large, they're pretty good at getting that jurisdiction to come get you within the next 2 weeks. And then we give you a free ride back to Arizona where you can answer to those charges. Now, like he said, they're willing to set you a bond. Now, it's going to be a high bond, but you got to get there first. And me, I just don't feel comfortable giving you a bond. I don't know you. I know you're telling me it's little bunnies jumping in the woods, but I really just don't know you. All I know is that there's a trail of destruction and I don't want any more. That's it. Do you understand? Okay, so, I'm sorry, Shreya, I
No
can't.
worries, I just want to make sure there's nothing else you want the judge to know about the bond before we discuss issues.
Now, if you're able to post bond, if you're able to get your family to post a bond in Arizona, then they can release this hold and then we'll let you out. But I don't know if that's going to happen, right? Arizona wants you there before they're going to set you bond, is what they've said. So, but you know, you never know until you try. The worst they can say is no. You have a lawyer, perhaps he can go get you a bond there. Okay,
Thank you, Your Honor.
good luck, Mr. Campbell.